What's up, squad? Tan2SS back again with another video, and I have to tell you guys about my exploration yesterday when I went to the Dream Cruise, more like the pre-Dream Cruise, but it was a nightmare. But before I get into that, I'm gonna just show you guys the hotel room that I'm in right now. It's my wife and I's anniversary, so we rented a room at the Caesars Windsor, and it's beautiful views. You got the river here, the camera with focus. We're on the 16th floor here. It's a nice view, nice room. Got the couch here, bed, got seating here. Nice size TV, it's probably a 50 or so. Little seating. Oh, what are those? What are those? Jay's, your bathroom, your tub, toilet, stand-up shower. So yeah, not a little bad little room. We're gonna do some gambling, maybe, sorta. My wife is more of the gambler. I'm not really the gambling type, but we're gonna get some dinner. But I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna tell you guys all about how I almost got banned from Canada. So stay tuned. Headed to the lobby. I feel like CJ on 32s right now. What up, 32 gang? I don't have the chains though, so it's a little different. Got the shoes. I got the shoes. This food was so good, guys. We absolutely killed it. We had a nacho over there too, but really good. All right, guys, didn't win. Ended up eating way too much. I'm pretty stuffed. Now I'm headed back to the room, and we're gonna jump into telling the story about how I was almost banned from Canada. All right, guys, let's jump into the story about how I was almost banned from Canada. Yesterday, I decided to go over to the Dream Cruise, where it was more like a pre-Dream Cruise. The real event is actually happening today, which is August 20th. So this happened yesterday, August 19th. Prior to the Dream Cruise, people all go out there, line up across the street, both sides of the streets, and people are usually bringing their cars out early, and you know, just cruising. It's like a pre-cruise before the actual cruise. I decided to go over there. It was like 5:30 last night. I get to the border. Border's great. Cross over in no time, like 5 minutes or so. Get downtown, and that's when things just start going left. I run into this traffic. Like, I tried to jump on Woodward from downtown because I just wanted to take Woodward all the way up and get the full experience. But getting to Woodward was a hassle because it was also the Tigers game going on. And because of that, anybody know who's familiar with downtown Detroit, whenever there's a game going on, whether it's Pistons, Tigers, the Red Wings, traffic is always crazy. So it takes me forever to actually get onto Woodward. Everybody's trying to find parking spots, you know, go to the Tigers game. So they're you know, just blocking the streets, and I'm like trying to take back ways in order to get around them, and they also have the same idea. So it was a nightmare. 5 hours later. So finally get on Woodward. I get to about 8 Mile, and that's when like the cars actually started to see a lot more cars out on the road, and it's really when the cruise actually began. So it started off cool. Everybody had their cars out. You saw a lot of Chargers, a lot of Challengers, a lot of Camaros, old schools, just about anything you can think of. There was a guy out there in a McLaren. That got a lot of attention because you don't necessarily see McLarens every day. But then I get it to about like 10 Mile, and I just realized like I gotta pee.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Pee, right? So I'm like, that's cool. I was like, I'm gonna drive up to about 13 Mile, and then, you know, I'll stop at a McDonald's or something and just go to the bathroom. But at this time, like, traffic just comes to a standstill. Like, literally, you let your foot off the brake. Like there was no gas, like there was no acceleration. It was literally you either had your foot on the brake or you did it, and you were you were stopping like every second. That's how much traffic was out last night. This urge to pee is getting worse, and I'm like, oh my god, like I need to, I need to find a bathroom. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna head down a side street. I'm gonna find an empty parking lot or alley, and I'm just gonna pee. So I pulled down the side street and just started peeing in a Gatorade bottle that I had next to me on the left. So anyway, jump back into the cruise, and I started getting in front of this guy who just like having a great time, which is cool. Like he was dancing, he was in the convertible, he was doing, dancing, waving at everybody, telling everybody how cool their car was. He was just really having fun, but it was annoying at the same time because when we actually started moving, he would not move. Like he would just literally stay there. So anyway, I get to like 13 Mile and I just decided like I have enough. Like I had been in traffic so long that I had to pee again.
Damn.
So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go home. I jumped on the freeway, headed back home, and when I get to around the Renaissance Center on Jefferson, I realized that I don't have my permanent residence card.
Bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Which is what I show to get back into the country. Like when I'm coming over to the U.S., I use my U.S. passport. But when I'm coming back into Canada, you're supposed to show basically your status card. So if you're a citizen, you'll show your passport. If you're a permanent resident, you'll show your permanent residence card. Yeah, I couldn't find it when I was on Jefferson, so I was like, you know what? It must have fallen in between the seats. So the Camaro is a really tight fit, right? So trying to get into the cracks of the Camaro is like almost impossible. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna have to give them my U.S. passport, you know. And normally when that happens, if you don't have your status card on you, they either won't let you into the country or they're going to give you a hard time. Like they're going to detain you for hours while they, figure out exactly who you are and, while you're trying to come to the country. So I go through the tunnel, get to the other side, really hoping that the guy is cool and he's not going to put me through, a bunch of hassle. And so I give him my passport. Everything's good. He asked me where I came from. I said, I'm coming from the Dream Cruise. I was over there for about 4 hours. And yeah, everything's going well. And he starts to give me my passport. And then he looks at the screen again and he was like, oh, what's your status? At this point, my heart just dropped. Like, oh my God, here we go. I was like, I'm not going to make it home until like midnight. Like this is just the way this day is going. Like it's just not going well. But anyway, I just told him, I was like, I'm a permanent resident. I think my car fell in between my seats while I was paying for toll. Like, I think that's what happened. And he was like, oh, no problem. Gave me my passport back, and I was able to drive on my way, which was like the best feeling in the world. Because, like I said, usually if that doesn't happen, if you don't have your status card, they usually either detain you or they give you a hard time. So, yeah, those were my exploits yesterday. It did not go as planned whatsoever. Like I planned to just go over there, find a spot to, find a spot on Woodward to actually watch a Dream Cruise and record a bunch of video. And I wasn't able to do any of that. Like I brought my camera and I probably got like 2 shots on my actual camera because I just had to pee so bad that it was like, it just took over my mind. And it didn't turn out how I wanted to. But, yeah, man, that's my story. I wasn't going to go over there today. Like I said, it's my wife and I anniversary. So this comes first. I think tomorrow people will still be out, but I think they're calling for rain. So that just might be my experience for this year. Just might have to try again next year. But that's all I got, guys. I'll check with you guys next time. Peace out.